Happy Father's Day, everybody.
Happy Father's Day.
So to celebrate my first Father's Day, Joanne decided that it would be a very good idea to do some questions and answers so you guys can get to know me and so I can actually look back and reflect at how Lincoln has had an impact on my life. So Joanne has had some written some questions down, so let's see what she has for me.
Okay, are you ready?
I'm ready whenever you are, baby.
Okay, first question. What is the best thing part of being a dad?
What is the best part about being a dad? Lincoln is the best part about being a dad. Without Lincoln, I wouldn't be a dad. Lincoln is the greatest. When I come home from work, he is just happy to see me. He smiles, he giggles, he puts his arms out like he wants a hug. And the best part about it is it's all unconditional. He finds comfort in his dad, and I find comfort in him. So it's so nice having him around, and Lincoln is by far the best part about being a dad.
Okay. And then second question. What has been the hardest thing to do as a dad?
So the hardest thing to do as a dad, there's a lot that's hard. Parenting isn't easy. And one of the hardest things that I would have to say is actually one of the more recent decisions that Joanne and I have both had to make. And Lincoln is about 7 months old now, and he still wakes up throughout the night. And Joanne and I were feeding him overnight before. And at our 6-month doctor's appointment, our doctor said, you know what? Lincoln doesn't need food overnight. He wakes up and he cries because he knows you are going to run in and hold him, feed him, and take care of him. So for me, the hardest thing is watching him on the monitor, roll around in bed in his crib, crying, thinking mommy or daddy is going to come get me if I cry long enough, if I cry hard enough. And as a dad, just sitting there watching him cry, it's so hard not to get up and go and comfort him and feed him and take care of him. So that's probably the most difficult thing that we've had to do. And that might just be because it's the most recent, but that is very, very, very hard for us.
Good job. Looks like he's gonna join the questions and answer portions of the Mascalado. Okay, number 3 question. What has been the scariest thing to happen as a dad?
So there's 2 things that are the scariest things that have happened since being a dad. And the first one was right as Lincoln was born. Lincoln was a big baby, and he had very broad shoulders, a really big head, and when he was first born, he did not want to come out.
Yeah.
So that was one of the scariest things. But again, one of the most recent scary things that I have experienced was I gave him a little taste of peanut butter on Saturday. And I'm well aware that it is one of the most highly, there's high allergens in it, and there's a very high likelihood that he will have a reaction. And Lincoln did have a reaction. Around his lips turned red. He was chewing on his hands, and then he was rubbing his eyes and his head. So he got some red marks on his eyes, and his eye was swollen, and he was starting to get some hives on his head. And Joanne was at work, so I'm home alone with Lincoln, and all of this is going on. And it was scary because it was a choice of, do I see if he'll get better? Do I take him to the hospital? Do I let it go? What do I do? Because I've never experienced that before. And thankfully, all of the hives, the red marks, and things like that went away by themselves. And Lincoln was perfectly fine staying at home, and I didn't have to do any of those other things. But that was definitely scary. I was panicking at home.
Okay, yeah. I was worried also. Wow. I'm working.
That's scary because
Yeah.
Lincoln can't tell us what he's feeling. We have to look at him and say, all right, we think this is what he's going through, and it's hard. It was scary.
So He sent me a pictures, and then I told him just bring him in the urgent if it's getting worse. But we're glad that it's not getting worse. So next question. How have you changed since being a dad?
Well, I think the most obvious change is I went from having a sexy body to having a dad body. I mean, I am proud to rock it now. I got the dad bod. No more abs. Now I have a dad bod. Easiest change. But some of the other changes that I've made is I definitely like family is always a priority for me. So when it comes time to it, like if any of my single friends still call me and say, hey, do you want to go golfing? Or, hey, do you want to come over and play pool? Or do you want to do this? It's always let me make sure that Lincoln is taken care of. Let me make sure Joanne's taken care of. Let me make sure that we don't have anything going on as a family. And then if there is nothing else going on, then it's something we can do. Or if it's something we can do together, I plan for having Lincoln and Joanne there. But to go back to it, I'm so proud of this dad bod.
Yeah, can you stand up?
Stand up.
Yeah. He has a big belly, not so super big.
It's a dad belly. It's a dad belly. That's all it is. So
when I met him, his belly he has a belly when I met him, but now it's getting
round.
Yeah, round.
I'm getting in shape. I'm getting in a round shape.
Okay. Yeah, but he's still sexy. I told him I don't need 6 packs of abs. I like your belly. So okay. Okay. Number 5 question. What is the easier than expected being a dad?
So what is easier than expected being a dad? Changing poopy diapers. I have a niece and a nephew that are 7 and 5 years old, and I never once changed one of their poopy diapers. I was scared, I was disgusted, and I was like, this is just gross. And honestly, I have a very, very, very weak gag reflex. So like when I smell poop or I see poop or anything like vomit, no, I get sick to my stomach. And Lincoln changing his dirty diapers, nothing, like no reaction whatsoever. I look at him and I'm like, you know what? It needs to be done. You're my child. I'm going to take care of it. Way easier than expected, changing his poopy diapers.
So how do you feel? Like, because when I first gave birth to Lincoln, he is the one who changed Lincoln's diaper. Because I was in a bed, laying down, and my body is super weak. And I cannot even stand up because my doctor or my nurses is not going to let me to stand up, go in the bathroom because I was in a catheter. So how do you feel that?
How did I feel? I was scared because usually when a baby is born, there is, and I'm not saying this to be mean or say anything bad against you, but when a baby is born, there's usually teamwork. Like the mom and dad are there to work for each other. And it was extraordinarily hard because Joanne did have a couple complications. So not only was I taking care of our newborn child, but in the back of my mind, my wife was also in the bed next to the bassinet, not doing well. She couldn't stand. She was still on a all liquid diet. So on top of the stresses of having a newborn, trying to change his diaper, I didn't know whether it was a hungry cry, if it was a poopy diaper cry, if it was a cry just because he had no idea he was in the world. And then Joanne, she was also in the same situation. She was just very weak from all the complications. It was a very stressful and very hard time for me, to be honest. But once Joanne got her confidence and was able to hold him and get up and eat solid food, she, like a natural instincts kicked in, and Lincoln has been in good hands ever since. So
yeah, usually when I first see Lincoln, when I first hold, I don't know how to like well, I have a lot of sibling, niece or nephew, but I never try to change their diapers when they are newborn. And I just only diapers when I am in college, student nurse. I was experienced delivering a baby and change their diaper, give them a bath or shower after they gave birth, or they born already. But like when I apply to myself, it's really hard. So he is the one to teach me how to hold the baby, even though I know how to hold the baby. But when I apply myself, I feel like I cannot do it, and I feel like I don't know.
Well, she did great. She was a natural. Once she got her confidence and she realized that we weren't going to hurt him and that we were fully capable, she has been an all-star ever since. So
Yeah, he is my educator. Educator. When it comes to grammar, he is my grammatical.
I'm her Filipino to English dictionary.
Yeah, so just to let you know, guys, if I'm just only gonna share this a little bit. I always when I text him, my grammar or my spelling is wrong, and he always corrected me, and my reply is okay. I never reply anything more, it's just only okay, because I don't. It's silly.
Well, it's okay.
Yeah. So okay. Now, this is the last question, guy. What is something that used to be easy but become harder after becoming a dad?
So something that used to be easy that became harder after becoming a dad. Everything. Taking a shower, brushing my teeth, shaving, using the bathroom. All of those things are simple tasks, but now with Lincoln rolling, crawling, fussing, crying, talking, it's just, I try taking a shower and I have to time it around his nap. I have to time it around when he's not cranky. Like right after he eats, I can put him in his bouncer and I have maybe 20 minutes before he starts getting really fussy, wanting out. If I put him on the bed, he's rolling, so I can't really leave him on the bed anymore, or he'll roll off. So just really personal hygiene stuff is very easy, but it is hard.
Yeah.
Because Lincoln needs full attention, and it's only going to get harder because once he starts learning how to walk, then really sleeping is the only time where Joanne and I are going to have any time to do anything. If he's awake, he's going to be walking, or he's going to be trying to put stuff in his mouth, and we need to be on our game and watch him all the time. But those are just some of the things that are, and the list goes on. Personal hygiene, mowing the lawn is easy, but when Lincoln is awake, when do I do it? Like if he's awake, he wants to be outside, he wants to be playing, he wants to be fed, he wants to be held, and it's just like a lot of simple tasks are a lot harder with kids, and I didn't realize it until I became a dad. A couple of my friends who had children before me, I would ask like, "Oh, come on, I know you can come out. Like I know you can do that." And now I see what they're talking about. You can't do it. You can't go out. You can't just pack up and go. Everything is harder. Everything has to be thought about. Everything has to be planned. And if you don't, then it's just it snowballs and turns into a really, really hard time. So everything that used to be easy there's nothing easy about having a family, especially when they're little. It's constant work. You have to put constant effort in, and the most important thing is you have to be patient.
But we have a good teamwork. Yeah, I notice we have a really good teamwork, but mostly at the middle of the night he wakes up a lot more than me because I am tired. But when it comes to days or morning or afternoon, we have a really good teamwork. Cleaning the house, I clean inside the house, and he cleaned outside the house, he fixed, he cut the grass.
I cook.
Yeah, he cooked. Like when I first married, I impressed him because when I gayuma. What I can say this in my language, it's gayuma. I don't know if you know that. Like I impress him. Like, yeah, I know how to cook, but definitely I don't know how to cook. My siblings know this, that I really don't know how to cook. But I told him, yeah, I know how to cook. But the thing is, I know how to cook. I know how to cook eggs, dried fish, and fried. But nothing. That's it. Yeah, that's why if my siblings ask me, oh, you know already how to cook? Yeah, sure. I know.
In our next video, we'll have to show you our homemade lumpia, and one of the questions for you guys will be, guess who made it? And we'll have a side by side of lumpia that Joanne makes, and we'll have a side by side with lumpia that I made, and we'll see how many of you guys can get it right.
Yeah. He cook a lot because he researched a lot in the internet. Me, I'm getting tired doing a research in the internet. I don't want to spend a lot of time in the internet. Maybe I can spend a lot of time in TikTok or YouTube, like ridiculous thing that I can enjoy. But in real life, that if you apply in your life, that you can learn and can benefit your body. I'm tired with that. I don't know. Yeah.
Well, guys, that is all of Joanne's questions for Father's Day. I hope you guys enjoyed. We're going to sign off here. I'm going to go get on the treadmill and see if I can't get rid of this dad bod.
Can you stand up again?
I'm just joking. I'm not going to get on the treadmill. Who am I joking? Thank you guys so much for watching. We hope you enjoyed. We hope that you got to know us a little bit better. Please like and subscribe to our channel, and we will see you guys next time. Happy Father's Day to all you fathers out there.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.